What's up? Yesterday was WWDC, and one of the major announcements was iOS 16. Now, I have gotten iOS 16 on my phone, installed it last night, and I've been playing around it from day to kind of get a sense of what the program is about and how the operating system works. Let's talk about the lock screen, because that's what I've been playing around a lot from morning to kind of see it works. A lot of other features, I really cannot dive into them because some of them are very connected to other iOS devices, meaning like macOS 13 and iPadOS and all of these stuff. But I've been playing with the lock screen and it is amazing. The amount of functionality and capability that the lock screen has. Wow. Now, let's talk about how do you customize the lock screen. So it's very simple. Once you install iOS 16, it's as simple as opening your phone and then long press on the screen. Once you long press on the screen, then you can now customize. And the customizability is so good. You can literally choose any color. As a matter of fact, it has a color picker. So if you have any picture that you want to find a color from or a color that will blend well with it, you can actually use the color picker to pick a color from that photo, and then you can use the sliders to give you like a color that works better for your image. Amazing stuff. The next big thing is that it comes with widgets. So now you can add widgets to your lock screen. Widgets about time, widgets about weather, widgets about activity, widgets about your calendar, a lot of widgets. And the reason why you want to add widgets to your lock screen is so that as a quick glance, you can see what's going on. For instance, with your calendar or how your activity's been going since day with activity tracker. All of these things, you can quick glance know what the weather is. Quick glance. So many features that's packed into the lock screen widgets. It's amazing. The lock screen is super customizable. You can change a font. You only get 6 fonts for the clock, the main clock, but it's still a change. You can change widgets. In the widget stack under the clock, you only can put up to 4 small widgets, 2 big widgets, or 2 small widgets and a big widget right there. But I believe that this is enough, because with these widgets, it needs to be something that you just glance at and kind of get a sense of what's going on with whatever widget you put there. A lot of the widgets are not ready as yet, especially for some of the apps that you might be using, but the basic ones are ready in the iOS 16 beta. This is the developer beta, so it is not fully adapted by all developers as yet. Now let's talk about messages. So that's one of the other big features in iOS 16. So how message works, you normally send messages to friends and family members, and there's certain things, for instance, you make a typo, or for instance, you do something where you send a message, you write a couple words wrong, or you send a message and you want to delete it. With iOS 16, you can now do all of that. You can edit message, you can delete message, even though it has a certain time frame. If the person hasn't read the message within 15 minutes, you can actually delete the message or edit the message. But the person, that's only if they haven't read the message. If the person reads the message, then you really cannot edit the message or delete the message per se. But these are amazing features. Messages also come with certain things, like, for instance, you have a child and they're asking for more screen time. They can ask you right there about screen time, and you activate more screen time for them right there in Messenger. It is amazing. This iOS update has brought new features like FaceTime on off, a couple other great features. FaceTime on off, as I said, I have iOS 16 on my phone and I also have macOS, but FaceTime on off is not working as yet. It's very early. These are the first developer betas. So We are hoping to see more features unlock as the months come. But iOS 16 has been amazing so far. I've focused more on the lock screen, and I'll be showing you throughout this video a lot of stuff that you can do with the lock screen, how you switch up your widgets, and a lot of stuff. You can have multiple lock screen. One of the lock screen that I like the most is the lock screen that allows you to have multiple photos that can cycle through based on when you close your phone. So every time you close your phone and rise your phone, it changes the lock screen, which means, for instance, you have a child or you have a family member, a loved one, and you have multiple pictures that you want to see throughout the day. The next thing about the lock screen too, which I want to mention this, the lock screen works with focus. What focus does, it allows you to set focus mode. For instance, deep work, personal, sleeping. And when you set these focus and put in the parameters that you want to, you can now decide which one. And it's very simple. Once you choose the focus that you want and choose that focus on the lock screen that you want, once you switch the focus, the lock screen switch. So you don't even have to go out of the phone to switch the lock screen. All you have to do if you want to switch the lock screen is just switch your focus. It is amazing. iOS 16, Apple has done something very different. As an Apple user, not much of an Android user, I know that Android have widgets and stuff like that, but I believe that this implementation that Apple did for their lock screen with the widgets and all, it's superb. It's well done. If you have a phone like iPhone 12 or up, any phone I believe can do portrait mode. Your lock screen can even be better, because when you take a picture with portrait mode at a certain level, it comes with depth, and that allows you to put, for instance, like the clock behind your head. I cannot do it with this phone, but the lock screen features are amazing. I could sit here and speak all day about the lock screen. As a matter of fact, I've been showing many persons throughout the day the lock screen, and they're like, whoa, this is different. Most of these persons will never put developer beta on their phone, but I've been showing them and say, oh, you can do this, you can do this, you can do that. Like, wow, they can't wait to actually get to use this. But that's all the way in September when iPhone 14 comes out. Let's talk about iPhone 14. So iPhone 14 is gonna be amazing. The reason why I say that is that the lock screen feature that we are experiencing now in the beta is meant for iPhone 14. So on the iPhone 14, it's rumored that iPhone 14 will have an always on display. What that says to me is that if it has an always on display, all of these lock screen features, all of these widgets, all of these clocks, all of these stuff, you will be seeing them while your phone is locked. Imagine that. You can see what the weather is, what the time is, or you have been doing throughout the day with your activities. You can see a lot of information at a glance on iPhone 14 when it releases in September. I cannot wait. I am definitely gonna get the iPhone 14. I am more leaning towards the Pro, because having been using this phone, small phone, I realized that my hands work better with a small phone, especially for reachability reasons. But I'm definitely getting the iPhone in September. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I'm Shango. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next one.